Students, now we are discussing uh, the blood vessels. This is the eighth lecture of chapter 6, blood vessels. The blood circulates throughout the body along definite route or definite path through the network of blood vessels in the body. Blood transport through its own path. The closed hollow tubes in various diameters, transporting blood from the heart to different organs and from different organs to the body to the heart are called blood vessels. So, blood vessels carry blood from heart to organs and organs to heart. So, there are three types of blood vessels: arteries, veins, and capillaries. I think you have already discussed in lower standards by these arteries, veins, and capillaries. So we revise this in standard 10. Arteries. They carry blood from the heart towards other organs. Herein, the blood flows at a higher pressure. So, the walls of the arteries are thick and more elastic. Due to high pressure, uh, the arteries are thick and elastic. So, the walls of the arteries are thick and more elastic. The artery finally ends in capillaries. The artery carrying oxygenated blood, except the pulmonary arteries that carries deoxygenated blood to the lungs from heart to lungs. Uh, these artery carry deoxygenated blood. Other than pulmonary artery, the other arteries carry oxygenated bloods. Veins. They carry blood from different organs towards the heart. It means that from other body parts, the blood carried by veins to the heart. Herein, the blood flows at a somewhat lower pressure. So, their walls are somewhat thin and less elastic. The capillaries join together to form veins. The veins carry deoxygenated blood except the pulmonary veins that carry oxygenated blood from the lungs. The purified blood is coming to the heart by the pulmonary vein. It is only vein that carries oxygenated blood. Veins have valves in different distance. If we visit a doctor, the doctor take pulse in our wrist, in our waist. The wrist in the wrist, there is a valve, capillaries. On reaching an organ or tissue, the artery divides into smaller and smaller vessels to bring the blood in contact with each of the individual cell. Capillary carries the blood to different cells and tissues. The smallest vessels have one cell layered. Their thick walls are called capillaries. The capillaries have only one cell thick wall. Exchange of material between the blood and surrounding cells takes place across the wall. So from this wall, the exchange of material between the blood and surrounding cell uh, is possible. Lymph. There is another type of fluid which also helps in transportation. With blood, the lymph also transporting material, fluid, that is called lymph. Through the pores present in the walls of capillaries, some amount of plasma proteins and RBC escape into intercellular spaces in the tissues to form the tissue fluid or lymph. Colorless, contain less proteins, liquid, connective tissue. So some proteins, plasma, RBC, WBC, oozes from the capillaries. Now it's working. Intercellular fluid through the medium of lymph vessels returns to the blood circulation. Intercellular fluid are collected by lymph and taken it to the blood circulation. In the villi of small intestine, we have already discussed when small intestine have villi, the lymph vessels absorb lipid and conduct them to blood circulation. The villi absorb lipids, fats, and taken to the mix with the blood. Lymph also protects against disease. In lymph, white blood corpuscles are also there. So, lymph is capable to protect our body in different parts. Importance of platelets. In the situation when we are injured, we start bleeding. It is stopped by clotting mechanism. So it is our experience that when bleeding is any site of bleeding is at the any site of our body, after some time it clots. Generally, excessive blood runs away would lead to a loss of blood pressure, resulting in a reduction of efficiency of the pumping system. In this situation, platelets in the blood, which circulates throughout the body with blood, prevent the leakage by helping to clot the blood at the site of injury. So at the site of injury, the blood clots due to the platelets and oxygen and prevent blood rushing out and maintain the blood pressure. Now, what is blood pressure? The force that flowing blood exert against the walls of the blood vessels known as blood pressure. The blood pressure is the pressure against the wall when heartbeats occurs. Systolic and diastolic blood pressure. The pressure of blood inside the artery during the ventricular systole contraction. When ventricle contracts, the blood coming out from the arteries by high pressure. This pressure is called systolic pressure. In adult human, systolic blood pressure is 120 millimeter Hg. Hg means mercury. So mercury column 120 millimeter is called the systolic blood pressure, and the pressure of blood in artery during ventricular diastole when ventricle of heart is contract, then the pressure occurs on the wall are called diastolic pressure. The adult human diastolic blood pressure is 80 millimeter mercury is called the diastolic blood pressure. The doctor use sphygmomanometer to measure blood pressure, and hypertension, high BP, caused due to the uncontrolled constriction of arteriole. Uncontrolled constriction When arteriole are choke up with cholesterol or etc., then the flow of the blood is little bit low. So this situation is called a high BP. Now this is the homework. So, some extra questions. Difference. There is four differences. Three gave reasons. And four another questions. So please, this question should be written in your notebook and read and study. Now some correction in last lecture number 6. So please do this correction. तो जो live correction I have done, but original matter is right. I have just double mind at that time. Okay.